you will be successful in many times more. So, for example, if we will work together by mail or by phone on the next weekend, this week, next 5 days, just don't make attempts. Do anything you want, but don't make attempts. Of course, if spontaneously you will feel that you are almost in the state. For example, you will feel vibrations upon awakening, or something like this, or you will become conscious while dreaming spontaneously. Of course, you should use it for finding areas, for example. But don't try to get it intentionally. 5 days. Of course, if it will happen, you can use it. But don't try to achieve this next day. Today is much better than yesterday. Yes, that's why yesterday we tried to figure out all mistakes. And by the way, what's your opinion? What is the best thing? What is the best advice? How to get this in this situation? What's the key?
Follow the other direction.
The follow direction. Maybe how you perform this technique? Did you try to feel it by or
very aggressively?
Very aggressively. Yes. Okay. It's alright, just follow instructions, everything will be alright. Okay, maybe we will discuss some questions. Our seminar is finished for this moment. I'm not satisfied with the results, of course, but it's only because not too much volunteers. As you see, we've got only 50% of people from the list, and 50% of those who were in the beginning, they didn't try or something like that.
Welcome to LA.
Welcome to LA. But we will do it anyway. We will achieve our results. Did you try, by the way? What you? It was I understand. Okay, but doesn't matter. It seems that we will try to do it on the next weekend. Of course, we don't need to be here. I will communicate with you by email, by phone. Now we should relax, and maybe everything will go right. If not, we will perform another experiment. It will look differently, absolutely. Because now the most hardest problem is to find people for 3 days. Maybe for the next time we will gather much more people, but only for 1 day, for 1 hour. We will show them good instructions. Maybe we will make videos. We will give them instructions and just we'll ask them to perform it at home, and then we will communicate with them by email to perform it. One of the ways how we're going to achieve the goal. Or I will work with you up until at least 50% of you will see aliens, or 60% of you. It's possible. It's impossible 50% aliens in 2 days. But if we will work a little bit longer, for example, 2 weeks, 2 weekends, or 3 weekends, maybe everything will be alright.
When you say it's all about your abilities, what does it mean? What do you really mean by that?
I mean that usually when people talk about alien abductions,
yes,
they talk about aliens.
Yes.
Wow, aliens, extraterrestrial.
Yes.
But it's not true. And that's why I'm going to do it. It's not true. Actually, it's our abilities.
What do you mean by that?
We are able to achieve the phase state. We are able to leave our bodies.
Yes.
But people don't talk about it. They talk about aliens.
Oh,
and I'm going to prove that it's not about the aliens. It's about you. It's about our abilities.
There is southern aliens.
Really?
I mean, they already saw them aliens. The reporters?
I can understand.
Some people saw them.
Yeah.
In reality.
In reality,
A lot of the descriptions of the alien abduction, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
stage three.
Oh.
So they were lying in the
Who is
bed,
this sort of
sleeping,
alien?
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they started looking in the air.
yes, you can find a lot of cases via internet, and you can find the same description. I woke up, tingling, vibration, alien.
So what's the create alien images?
I think
Are
what
there?
people think, that's what they're
Yeah,
trying to do.
probably.
You think about in them.
For example, you wake up, just how it happened to me first time, when I was 15 or 16 years old. I woke up, I was in sleep paralysis, and I thought, something wrong. What's going on? Maybe it's alien. I read in books, in articles, that it happens so. And my thought, maybe it's alien. And immediately fly. And it is the same with other people. They, in the right moment, for example, it may be before falling asleep, they're trying to fall asleep, they cannot fall asleep, and then in moment they woke up, their consciousness, they feel sleep paralysis or something like this, they think something's wrong, maybe it's alien. Well, it looks like this.
When you wake up?
Yes.
Sorry.
And by the end, they say like, at the end, I wake up again in my bed and nothing happened.
Yes, or they can explain it that their memory, sorry, yeah, exactly as I did. I thought my memory was correct because I woke up too fastly. I was out of my window. It was cold. Siberia, stars. I saw my window, my room. It was very cold. And then up, and I'm in my bed again. Of course, I thought that my memory was correct.
You wake up at that point, how do you know you're in the place?
They don't know. They feel something wrong. Vibrations, sleep paralysis, or something like this. In real practice, don't worry, it's obvious. For you it will be obvious, but for people who don't know about the faith, they feel something wrong. You will understand that it is the faith, but they don't know what is the faith. They feel something wrong, and then they see aliens.
It's possible that I feel nothing, but I'm in.
Yes, you may feel nothing, but that's why you should try, every time you should try to separate. Yes, separate.
This information is available. So when something unusual happens to people, they're trying to find expression for themselves. And somebody would speak alien. Somebody would speak that God is visiting them. Somebody would speak
Angels,
they're dying.
and so on.
It just depends on the person, right? Yeah. Then the description of the experiences, they look like...
You may Google, when you will be home today, you may Google alien abduction description. In approximately 60% of all cases, you will see, you will clearly, even you now, you will clearly see that it's only about faith. There's everywhere the same thing, woke up, paralysis, and so on. You will clearly see the same.
But if we human beings can get into the space, the alien can get into that too.
Maybe, but if we, for example, if we all can see aliens, I don't think they're so good guys that they can come to us by any our wish. I want to see you. Okay, we are here.
Well,
and one more here. I'm not talking about extraterrestrial civilization. I hope and I think and I believe there's a lot of them. But it's not so, they're not so close to us that it's not everyday thing. As I said before, 1 million Americans experience alien abduction or contact with UFO every year. It's impossible to be about aliens. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of aliens, I believe, but not so close, not so many, not so many cases. That's what I'm talking about.
how can we step off step up our game. Can we step up our game, improve our skills?
You mean this with the thing?
Yeah.
How to improve the skills?
Uh-huh.
Just by practice.
Okay.
Practicing, trying to make attempts, and you will do it better and better. You don't need anything else.
And why so, I mean, this is a second nature to do this. Why it's so difficult to do it?
You know, it's not right, it's not difficult.
No, it's not difficult.
Believe me, I had the same thought in the beginning. It was very difficult for me to induce the faith. It was once per month. First, it was once per month. Then once per 2 weeks, per 1 week. It took some years. But it's not about you now. I didn't know all this stuff. I didn't know cycling, interacting. I didn't know this. It was my research. Then I started to make research with people in groups. That's why it looks very easy now. It's not easy, but now you know what to do. I didn't know what to do 12 years ago. That's why it was a very rare experience. But now it's easy for me. So it was very hard for me, but now it's easy. Only because I understand how to do this. And you know, some people have predisposition for this phenomenon. And they can achieve much more results. For example, it looks for me that Angel has a predisposition for this phenomenon. 2 attempts per 2 days and almost good results. Who else from this group? Maybe Sasha has predisposition in the right moment. So, but for them, it may be even easier than for me. I have this success only because I understand what to do, how to do, and when to do. But for some people, it's much more easier even than for me because they physiology.
Do you do that every day?
Almost every day.
And why you do it every day? Just for fun?
No, it's not for fun. It's like you live in 2 worlds.
Yeah.
So for me, there's a lot of ways how to. You can use it for any purposes of real life. You can read it in an e-book.
Yeah.
But for me, actually, in most cases, I do not use it for something.
No?
For example, when we journey around the world,
Yeah.
what for we do this? For money? For something? For what?
Experience.
Experience. Yes, we are just want to do this. We spend money, we spend time, actually for nothing, just for experience to see them. It is the same. In most cases, I don't need to use it. I just want to be there. Like another room in my home or something like this. It's very interesting to be there, and it's like another life. You listen to.
It doesn't have any conflict with this life?
No.
You don't feel any conflict?
No, it must be very
Comparable.
You know, maybe there's another fear that I'm going to prove finally, maybe by this experiment, or this experiment, another. I'm going to prove that now we, for example, I'm going to show you what's going on really, how I see this. Now I'm going to prove that this aliens about the faith. Then there will be other experiments about this experiment. Why? For example, human beings, as many as other mammals, have three primary states of our mind. The first one is a wakeful state. It's wakeful. Then it is REM sleep and non-REM sleep.
Can you say it in Russian, because I don't know how to translate realm and non-realm?
Фаза быстрого сна.
Это realm? Фаза быстрого сна?
Yes, rapid eye movement, please.
Eye movement?
Eye movement, yes. Rapid eye movement, please. Wakeful state. Some thousand years ago, we started to gain consciousness. Time by time, we started to gain consciousness in wakeful state. We started to understand who we are, that we are human beings, that we are can do something. We understand that we are exist. Yes, or we can see our reflection in water mirror. We understand that it's me. I understand that I am exist. More and more, we start to gain consciousness in wakeful state. More and more, it is still in evolution. Our consciousness is still evolving. Approximately just 100 years ago, there was an absolutely different consciousness. People were different even 100 years ago. It's evolving, and time by time, because it's too much consciousness and wakeful state, it started to appear in REM sleep. Because it's too much consciousness. We have time by time started to get it in REM sleep, spontaneously, unintentionally. It looks like OBE experience, lucid dreaming, astral projection, sleep paralysis, and so on. And maybe in the future, maybe it's evolving. We have no place for conscious evolution in wakeful state. And conscious has to evolve in most closest state of our mind to REM sleep.
Which is an astral dimension, could be.
But it means that maybe in the future we will live consciously in two worlds, in two states, in a wakeful state and in REM state. Maybe in the future, plus, for example, 1,000 years, we will consciously hear, and people in the future even won't be able, will not be able to imagine that 1,000 years ago we were only here. It will be so normal to be here and there that, and now we can see them. Do you remember? 50% of human population have had lucid dreaming in one. It is 3 billion people now. OBE experience, it's 1.5 billion people now, and so on. So look at this. And it's going. And maybe in the future we really will listen to words. That's what I'm trying to prove now, that OBE, lucid dreaming, astral projection, and aliens, UFO. Yeah, that's what I'm going to prove. That all these phenomena, mostly, it's about conscious in REM sleep. When I'll be able to prove this, I will able to prove another theory, that it's conscious evolution. But people now know that this OB experience about this, lucid dreaming about this, but nobody able to prove that UFO seeing alien abductions by these two. And I'm going to prove this.
So do you believe in the mind-body duality?
What's relevant?
The mind-body duality, that the consciousness is basically separate from the body, it exists independently.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know this. I know how to induce lucid. I don't know anything else. But maybe, who knows, maybe. But I'm talking about this here. So that's what is going on.
These aliens, the UFOs, so they basically live in a REM sleep. They live in a phase.
You mean why we
They
keep...
exist in the space, not far away from us.
Uh,
Not those that
Not,
live far away.
I'm not talking about all alien abductions. I'm not talking about all UFO scenes. Most of them.
But those that you live there,
Yes,
in the space, they live there.
Yes. We create them there. By, for example, it doesn't matter aliens or something else. It doesn't matter.
But are they aware of themselves or of us?
I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. Maybe yes, maybe not. I'm not talking about theories. I'm talking about the experience that you can't see aliens there. What it is, it doesn't matter for me now. You can think whatever you want about it.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm going to prove that if you see aliens, in most cases about REM sleep. This is what is going on here. I'm not talking about what it is. I'm talking about intentional contact with aliens. So I think it's enough, and as I said before, I will contact with you a little bit later, and I hope just check all contacts that I have.